Ready? As in the previous years, this year also we all have gathered to unfurl the national flag and reaffirm our respect and faith in it. But this year there is one thing new. Not only the people assembled here are able to see me, but people in thousands of villages spread over in several states in the country are able to participate along with us in today's historic function. They also are able to witness this historic occasion and hear whatever is happening. Something spectacular has happened not only in the history of India but perhaps also in the history of the entire world when rural programs have been started through the satellite at a time when television has not covered completely even the cities. For this achievement, we are grateful to our young and talented scientists whose work and labor have enabled India to take a big stride towards progress. Similarly, during this year, our scientists have performed another great feat when they launched a satellite in space. You all have heard about the satellite Aryabhatta. All this is symbolic of the nation's progress. We have unfurled the flag here today and we repeat so every year because it represents our desire, cherished since pre independence days, to unfurl free India's flag on the ramparts of the Red Fort. An opposition leader once remarked that this flag was nothing but piece of cloth. Certainly, this is a piece of cloth, but one for which thousands of freedom fighters had sacrificed their lives. For this same piece of cloth, our brave soldiers painted the Himalayan snow with their blood. This piece of cloth is symbolic of the unity and strength of India. It is because of this strength we respect this piece of cloth and always keep it aloft. We shall never allow it to dip low, and every Indian has to remember this always. This is a piece of cloth, all right, but it is dearer to everyone than our lives. Like the slander about the national flag, misunderstanding was also created recently about our independence. Freedom is not a magic which can independently eradicate poverty and remove our difficulties. Independence only opens a door which removes the stagnation of centuries. That is all that independence means. Independence does not mean the license to organize whatever we may desire to do. Rather, it offers everybody an opportunity to perform our duty. Independence does not merely mean a government by Indians. It means that government should necessarily be capable of taking independent decisions courageously. It must also mean that such courageous government should be capable of thinking independently in the interest of the country as well as in the interest of global peace. All this together would mean independence. We became independent not to destroy whatever we had or violate our cherished ideas, but because we had to uplift the people who had remained oppressed for centuries, and also because we had to fight and vanquish the evils that had crept in due to caste, creed, and color and were responsible for our backwardness. We must dispense with these qualities and uplift the country to progress. It was for this reason our great leaders guided us and opened the door of independence. Since we became independent, much has happened in the country and we have made a lot of progress. I have referred to Aryabhatta and other communication satellites, but apart from them, we have made tremendous progress in fields of agriculture, industry, education, etc. It is true that the benefits of this progress have not reached the poor, nor could that happen immediately. We have first to lay strong foundations for the country, and all these years we have been busy laying those foundations. All of you know the difficulties that we faced, and all of you who are assembled here, and the million who are listening to my voice, as well as those who are able to see me in the distant states, have gone through difficult times and faced your problems boldly. And because you had courage, hope, and faith, you were able to get over these difficulties. The path we chose ourselves was the path of democracy. It does not mean that everybody is free to follow his individual path. People can opt for themselves policies, follow a different line of thinking, and raise their voice of protest, but all this has to be done within a certain set of rules. They cannot adopt a course that would cause a plan to others or weaken the country or allow outside influences to condition our policies and hamper with our course. I have just now said that we take our decisions independently. For some years, and particularly at this juncture, false propaganda and rumors are being indulged in. But I wish to reiterate that our policies are not the policies of the one or the other power block. We did not belong to any of these blocks. We go ahead keeping in view only the interest and dignity of India. To the Public Information Bureau, Abid Road, Hyderabad. Dear sir, I am in receipt of your letter of the 5th instant. I am glad you wish to know something about Japan and the Japanese. Japan is indeed a beautiful country. The land, the people, their dresses and manners are all beautiful. The very first thing that fascinates you even before you land at Tokyo, when you are miles away in the steamer on the sea, is a perfect cone of a mountain in her lovely majesty with a crest of dazzling snow. It is an object of proud worship among the Japanese. I also mentioned that there are other beautiful mountains, valleys, rivers, and waterfalls too. The land available for cultivation is scanty, but what is available is very fertile. Rice is extensively cultivated here, but Japan cannot produce enough food for her people, and this is a great worry to her. She is much advanced in industries and commerce. Children of both sexes are dressed alike. They are trained in politeness and obedience, loyalty, and love of country. They would even die for their country. The Japanese are born artists, and even their walk and salutation are artistic and graceful. Children are clever. Girls dress in bright colors, and a group of girls looks like a flower bed. Marriage is a very simple affair. Both the husband and wife sipping three times from the same cup to show their share in each other's joy and sorrows. The married women obey their husbands as in India. Old customs are, however, fast vanishing on account of Western education, and the Japanese are copying the most modern countries in everything. Japan being a land of frequent earthquakes, the houses are usually built of the lightest materials like bamboo walls and paper partitions. Ventilation is plentiful in these houses. Life is cheap and wages are low here. Service in households is honorable and domestic servants are educated. The chief festivals for the girls and boys are Feast of the Dolls and flags corresponding to Dasara and Pongal. I would request you to visit Japan and enjoy it. Yours faithfully, President, Cultural Society.